I can just chill here. That's fine. I'm gonna have the portal here in a second. So close. Oh wait, you actually survived. What? Never mind.
Hello, chat.
Yes, that's locked, and yes, I can see you eyeing it.
No, not Megaton.
Not Megatron.
What's happening?
Clearly Megatron.
Oh yeah, so I opened this kid. That is all.
Anyways, hi chat. How are you doing? I literally just got into the doorway. I had to do a store run. This is usually why I start an hour later on Fridays, because Mako and I run to the store because we have to be adults. Imagine that. Being an adult. But anyways, hello Bun Bun. Hello Sloth. Hi Lee. Hi Bull. No, yeah. I imagine trying to be an adult. But anyway.
Nani?
Damn Bun. Look at you getting gifted a sub. Thank you, Bull. We're giving Bun Bun a sub. Oh no, she got Kent. That's not the man she wants. That's not the man she wants. We know which one she wants. Anyways. What the fuck, Kent? Welcome to day 4 of the subathon, or not subathon, donathon. We hit the 3rd goal yesterday. We still need to change my Discord status. Nobody has given me anything creative to change my Discord status yet. But we changed my social media banner. Thanks to Panzer. If you haven't seen it yet, feel free to check out my socials. It's also on my Discord. But yeah, we still need to change my Discord status. The next goal, we'll be able to do a Hear Me Out. But do a new Hear Me Out list, and I will hopefully maybe get Cuppy to join. If not, we will get somebody else to do a. Yeah, we'll go with that. You know what? I'll change my. Actually, yeah, I'm changing that to my Discord status. Thanks, Bull. Thanks, Bull. Where do I change? Did they move it? Or maybe I can't do it when I'm streaming. Because stupid streamer mode is enabled, it won't let me do it. It's like the button is like suddenly like missing. Oh wait, there it is. Never mind. We need a xenomorph. I'll take it. What server is this from? There we go. That's my new Discord status. There you have it. Anyways, we have my next goal, which is to get to do a new Hear Me Out. Like I said, we're gonna try to get to that. And I want to try to hopefully, possibly grab Cuppy for it. If not, we'll see who else is brave enough to want to share their Hear Me Outs. Rebel! Watch the fridge!
Go.
It's a red braid.
Ow!
Heating up.
Alright. Okay, you're definitely better.
How are you? How was
Better if you don't
Repo?
like marks.
Yahoo!
That's a different story. No, Quiz, no!
Oh.
Christy failed us.
You were the chosen one. You fucked up.
And now you're dead. And now you're dead.
Oh, no.
You were
And now
supposed to
you're
bring balance
dead.
to the force, not
Absolutely
destroy
dead.
Rip. Your body was never found. Rip. But yes, how are you doing, Rebel? Repo was very chaotic. It's been a hot minute since we've last played Repo. Uh-oh, we got a hype train? We didn't get the alert. Okay, well, thank you for the hype train. My hype train decided to not do the thing. Unless I accidentally disabled it. Actually, I might have disabled it when I was DJing, and we just hadn't had a hype train since then. Yep, it was disabled. That's what was going on. I was like, damn, what happened to the Pedro? It's a great, like, once a month. It is definitely a great once a month game. But anyways, Rebel, I can't talk. Rebel, thank you so much for rating it. Hold on one second. Sorry. Suddenly my throat got dry. But anyways, thank you so much for rating in. I greatly appreciate it. I'm glad you had a great stream. We're just getting started here. We are currently, I was discussing the upcoming goals we have with my current donathon that's going on. We just got chat changing my Discord status last night, and my next one is doing a new Hear Me Out list. But yeah, we're going to be doing some much needed catching up on some MSQs in Final Fantasy XIV. I'm not going to be playing the character I've been leveling on stream. I'm going to actually play my main character. Because my time with Final Fantasy XIV, my commitment has been very, very small. Very small. I don't commit as much time to it as I possibly should, but I commit enough. Maybe I'm afraid to commit too much time. But anyways, yes. Yes. Oh shit, I forgot to put the tag message. Hold on one second. I literally just got into the door before I started stream. I'm very prepared. I am a very prepared streamer, I swear. Anyways, there we go. Anyways, we are doing, like I said, Final Fantasy XIV, doing much needed. Am I still online? Yes. Much needed MSQs on my main character done. So we're gonna schmoove over here. Just realized, do I have the sound on? Yes. I never got my lottery ticket, I believe, so that's the first thing I need to do. Yay, thank you for the hype train. Hi, Mystery Mist! Okay. Purchase those lottery tickets. I just do random. Hope for the best. Okay, I can get my lottery tickets tomorrow. Wow, I love Gambling Central, don't we all? Alright. Pick our numbers here. Okay, we got 2 here. 6, no. 3, no. Okay, 4, 6. Wait. What does 15 give us? 180. I should have taken the other one. good. Not good. Thank you, PT. How are you doing, PT? Let's see, I've got MSQs and MSQs and MSQs and MSQs to do, so we're gonna do an MSQ. Oh, actually, I still need to do this dungeon. It's not easy being Wanderer's Palace hard, okay. Let's see how long it takes us to get into it. Saying less than 5 minutes, so. Hi, Lindy. Alright, we did our gambling. We can poke. Eh? Hold on, where am I supposed to go? Okay, it's right there. Okay, never mind. Commence. We're doing this. Oh, it's a hard version of this one. It's got tomberries. This is gonna be, something. Oh, we're defending the Tonberries. Interesting. This time the Tonberries don't want to stab us. Good for them. I'll take it, because I prefer my insides to not be outsides. They can stay in their place. Curious, when do I lose the sprout? When do I no longer be a sproutling? For a half second, I thought we were fighting a WoW troll. Apparently it's having 300 hours and beating the latest expansion's MSQ unless they updated it. Oh. I'm gonna have a while. It's gonna be a while for me. A sprout for life. Actually, I forgot to put up my sproutling. I have the sprout. I forgot to put it on. I should do that. I'll do it after the dungeon. I feel like standing in the red is probably a bad idea, but that's just me. Call me paranoid. This is the first time I've seen that painter class in action. Hi Cairo, how you doing? I'm doing good. Taking a break from farming. What were you farming in? Or were you doing real life farming? Break away from programming and do some farming. Uh-oh. We got people that are frogs. Where you live, there's maybe an inch of dirt and then solid rock. Oh, okay. Oh, hero points. Yeah. I get that. The hero points and mastery points are gonna be your big grind. Especially if you're the vanilla mastery points aren't too bad. And one thing is important, map completion is definitely needed. You definitely want to complete your maps. If you get stuck on something, definitely look up like IN's YouTube channel for any help. She's got some of the best advice when it comes to certain jumping puzzles. And 92%, damn, nice. Really nice. You're getting through it a lot faster than I did. I didn't realize, like, map completion was a thing until I decided to work on my first legendary. Oh, Tonberry! Free the Tonberries! They say thank you! Probably knock it out tomorrow. Nice. I will mention this though, when if you decide to work on a legendary, especially the vanilla legendaries, I would definitely wait until there's a world versus world event going on, because you'll get double. Is it double? Probably more. You get more EXP for the banner that you'll need for the legendary. Like half paying attention here. It's a lot easier to do it that way. I mean, you can do it just as a normal thing, but you'll get the grind done way faster, and you'll get 2 of the items instead of 1. So you can use it for another one. Whether it be an alt or you want to work on another legendary. You'll need that item regardless of what expansion legendary you're working on anyways. I quickly discovered that. World versus world is always going to be needed. He got 2 heads. Ooh, she got like a big hammer. That painter class looks kind of fun. Here's the funny part when it comes to hero points, though. You're gonna get to a point, it goes from like, I don't have enough for this next part. I'm gonna have to grind them all. And then you'll get to the point where you're like, damn, I have so many that, like, what do I do with them? They basically get stagnant. Uh-oh. Oh no! Damn, they went ham! They really did gank. They really ganked him. That 2-headed lizard really fucked around and found out. I was like, oh man, the tomberries aren't like stabbing anything. And then instead of stabbing us, they went for that guy. Here, have you swept the sellswords out of the palace? Ha! That's a splendid lad. Our thanks to you for saving the tombies. Honest. Allow me to add my thanks to his, sir. You have our gratitude on behalf of the tomberries as well. I think they truly deserve succor. Can you imagine losing your entire being to hatred? Little wonder the tomberries became monsters. Neither of us are strangers to hate. growing more spiteful with each passing day is sadly the province of those who are shunned by all around them. Yet malice will turn us all to monsters. A Tomberry told me as much one day. It gave me pause to think of wandering for ages with a heart ruled by rancor. The Tombies have known more than their fair share of hard times. So from here on out, we want to make sure where they live stays a sanctuary. Fortunately, while there's venturers like yourself to knock invaders out, we won't have to fear for the Tombies. Now we're off for a right old reunion. Good fortune to ye, friend. Last time I played a Final Fantasy game that mentioned anything with reunion, that went really badly. I'm bearing. I feel like Minfilia, when you think of, like, Final Fantasy outfits, she definitely has the standard Final Fantasy outfit. You can see it half fantasy, half industrial, yeah. He has the fanciest sideburns I have ever seen. That's a problem. Arcane sideburns. That sounds like a big problem. That definitely sounds like a big problem. Oh, we're sitting around this table again. That is the deepest voice I have never expected to come out of a Lalafell. I don't like what he's thinking. I don't like what he's thinking at all. Alright, Nope. Nope. I'll take the money. Money it is. Okay, my earrings are better. Our friends, the very eye itself, everyone and everything. No. No, it avails us not to speculate. Our ranger will send word if there are other developments, or if there are any developments. Until such time as he does, we must remain firmly focused on that which is within our power to change. With that in mind, I would speak of a different matter, one closer to home. It concerns aether fluctuations, which we had previously attributed to good King Moogle Mog the 12th. That the king is no more is a blessing for which we have you to thank. Yet all is not well in the Twelveswood. Our latest readings reveal an ongoing aether disturbance of considerable magnitude. They may even suggest the presence of a primal. Needless to say, the mere possibility warrants an immediate investigation, and I would have you... Celia, I do not wish to interrupt, but we have a problem. What manner of problem? A band of refugees, hailing from Olda this time, are to come to Revenant's Toll seeking asylum. It would seem they expect us to afford them the same treatment we gave the Domans. At present, they are in the seventh heaven, awaiting a formal response. I see. Mayhap this was to be expected. I shall meet with them at once. Acelia, you know full well we haven't the resources to accommodate many more people. Consider what will happen if you do this. Word will spread, and more will follow. Your opinion is duly noted, but I will hear their suit. I should be grateful for your presence at this meeting. Out the door we go. I apologize for keeping you waiting. My name is Minfilia, and I lead the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. 12 be praised! It is you! We're ready and willing to work, same as the Domans. Just give us a task, and we'll see it done. Pray calm yourself. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I know not of your situation. Beg your pardon, Ascendant. I ain't so good with words. We've been living off the scraps of Ulda for years now, trying to piece together a life to replace the one what got took. They say there's work, but there's not for an honest man. Not as wouldn't sully his soul sooner as his palms any road. The flames do what they can for us, of course, but it ain't near enough. And it's only getting worse. When the calamity brought us to our knees, those rich bastards in the city didn't help us up. They climbed on our backs. I don't pretend to be clever, but even if I can see what's coming, I knew we had to run. The only question was where. And when it came to me, Revenant's Toll. I mean, you took them foreigners in, didn't you? So you'd surely do the same for us. I fear the situation is rather more complicated. While it is true that we accepted the Doman's petition for aid, that decision was the product of extraordinary circumstances. I sympathize deeply with your plight, but pray, understand that it is not possible for an organization of our means to aid all who have been affected by the calamity. And so it is with great regret that I must deny your request. But we've nowhere else to go. You're turning your back on us? If I might have a word... Tataru, is Audamus? Ill tidings from Ulda, my lady. Alphanod has been wounded. What? How? Is it serious? I cannot say for certain, but I fear it might be. According to the flames, the refugees started a riot. They went wild, apparently, lashing out at any and everyone. Wow, what a terrible workday for her, yeah. That can't be right. Why would they? They must have been provoked. The demonstration was meant to be peaceful. 7 hells, now the Blades have an excuse. They'll round us up and kill anyone who tries to resist. Antecedent, please. If you won't help us build a new life, at least help us keep the ones we've got. My lady? We are not ones to stand idly by and watch innocents suffer. However, until we know more of the circumstances surrounding this riot, I am not certain what aid, if any, we can provide. If the authorities determine that the refugees attacked without provocation, then those responsible will have to answer for their actions. How can you be so blind? Find Alphanod, and quickly. If he is endangered, or worse, I would have you and none other by his side. Thank you. Pray do not concern yourself with the matter we are discussing earlier. Eden and Papa Milimo will see to it. Alphanod is being treated in the hourglass. Hurry! Hey, Dr. Dreads! Congrats on the watch streak. 70 crepes. Happy Friday!
Zawando!
Zanwando! Everything's going backwards. He doesn't look injured. I was gonna say. Not a lot of Prince of Persia clips get played that often. We can appreciate the rare clip from Prince of Persia, that's for sure. I still want to play that new one that came out. This is a rough and tough place. Okay, comparing the earrings, one I have is better, so. Eventually, maybe I'll get something that's better. I don't know. As I told you before, it was all but inevitable that an incident of this kind would eventually occur given the rising tensions within the Sultanate. Nevertheless, I have no reason to believe that this particular riot may not have begun spontaneously. Have I piqued your curiosity? Good. Then you'll accompany me to the Hall of Flames. I would hear what General Robin has to say upon the matter. place is so crowded. Oh, it's concert time! Oh, it was already over. I did get my glow stickies. I do have my ability to cheer. I always get lost here. Yeah. I figure eventually I will figure my way out, but today is not the day. Now is not a good time. My hands are full dealing with these refugees. Precisely the matter we wish to discuss, General. Alphanod, back on your feet already? You may credit my swift recovery in your... Chiridians? Chiridungeons? I don't know. My memories of the riot are still somewhat muddled. I trust you managed to regain control of the situation. Not entirely. We secured the city soon enough, but not before the unrest had spread to the surrounding territories. Pockets of resistance remains throughout Thanalin. We have sent what forces we can spare to root out the last of the belligerents, but progress is slow. They are damnably elusive. I can well imagine. Given that the majority of refugees live outside the walls, it stands to reason that they would know the lay of the land. What I do not understand is how they came to be so well prepared. Before my little accident, I observed that several of the refugees were armed, and not with butcher knives or pitchforks, but with martial weaponry. I need hardly add that such equipment is costly. None can deny that tensions between the Elden citizenry and the refugee population have increased since the Domans have turned away. But would that motivate a starving man to purchase arms in lieu of food? I think not. And what of those who have not even a single guild to spend, who could not survive without the aid provided by the immortal flames? Surely they would sooner sell a weapon than bring it to bear against their benefactors. Come to the point? Very well. My point, General, is that the powder keg of discontent was not set alight by chance. These events were deliberately set in motion. And now order must be restored. That is my first duty. Until it is done, any investigation can wait. I do not have time to discuss this. My scouts will be returning anon. The General is no fool. He keeps his own counsel, and with good cause. Were he to claim without the necessary proof that these riots were instigated by outside forces, the monetarists would accuse him of attempting to shirk his responsibilities. After all, he and the Sultana have been the most outspoken proponents of refugee aid. Regardless, they will face harsh criticism in the days ahead. Our allies may stumble upon the truth in time, but I have far more faith in your abilities. Therefore, I propose we conduct our own investigation, independent of the authorities. To that end, I would have you make inquiries in the settlements suspected of harboring belligerents. Commander Swift... Hey, Swift! Commander Swift will know which they are. He may balk at a request for such information, but I've no doubt that you can persuade him with your silver tongue. I, meanwhile, shall seek answers in my own way, after which we can regroup and share our findings. Well then, shall we? Alright, let's talk to Swifty. You look as though you've something to say. Do you? What you ask is no simple favor. Were such information to fall into the wrong hands, the lives of countless soldiers would be at risk. Even so, there is wisdom in your words. An able individual may be better suited to this task than a regiment. Very well. The Brass Blades have reported suspicious activity in the vicinity of Last Hope. It may be unrelated to recent events, but we doubt it. I suggest you begin by speaking to the Blades posted there. I see, I see. A friend of the Sultanate, are we? I take it this means someone has read my report. The refugees who left with the merchant have yet to return, and I am increasingly concerned that Zasawaka's suspicions were correct. You haven't the foggiest of what I'm talking about, do you? Never mind. Speak with Zasawaka. He will explain everything. Alright. And what brings you here, adventurer? A search for refugees? Well, then you've come to the right place. Ah, you mean those refugees? Oh no, you won't find them here. Most of the people of Lost Hope have come to accept their situation and are content to pass their days in peace and quiet. Outsiders have trouble understanding that, like that merchant who passed through recently. Gregorious fellow, but awfully opinionated. Can't say I was sad to see him go. Is he in the cave? Yep. Don't hurt me. I'm not one of them. I beg your pardon? You're not a flame? I see. If Leofric did bid you to speak with me, then I take it you've agreed to help. 12 be praised for that, because we haven't a moment to waste. Everyone knows the flames are on the march. The others have fallen under that fanatic spell, but not I. Promises of revolution and retribution, of holding the ruling class to account and taking that which is owed. Ha! A childish fantasy. I did everything I could to dissuade the others from leaving, but few would heed my words. Now that one of our idealists have returned, however, the madness of this merchant's plan is plain for all to see. Look behind yonder tent and you will understand why. Even now he babbles incoherently, so traumatized is he by the bloodshed he witnessed. Try as I might, I can make little sense of his words beyond the fact that he was not alone in surviving. Yet I've no doubt that merchant will lead the remainder to their doom. I beg of you, find them before he does. What are you doing? Don't draw. Don't draw. Don't draw. Don't draw. Don't draw. Why didn't you run away from me? You could have escaped together. Then you'd be here with me. Be here to soothe me. Why did you have to stay and leave me alone? There. You'll be good? Who are you? What do you want? It's true. I followed the merchant, and may the gods strike me down for my folly. What they will not give, you must take, he said. When he asked how he revealed a cache of weapons he had brought and implored us to seize control of our fates. I thought about running then and there, but the others were so excited. He split us into 2 groups, sent us off on our own. But when the flames found us, we didn't know what to do. Our leader tried to parley with theirs, but then they started arguing, and then fighting, and then everyone was fighting, and the flames were shouting to give no quarter, and, oh gods, the other group, they're still out there. If we don't stop them, they'll be massacred like mine was. Oh, this sounds like a big problem, that's for sure. Couldn't have been that suspicious Lalafell that was smirking in that cinematic, could it been? Not suspicious at all. Okay, I think I have 2 rings, right? Oh, that's a bracelet. Now that's clearly a better ring. The other refugees are hiding in the caves south of Lost Hope, but to approach them would be fruitless. They would sooner call us agents of the Sultanate and try to kill us than listen to reason. Why, the twins might even deign to do the deed themselves. A pox on all the bloody sellswords. They were supposed to train us to fight, but the ones he sent with us vanished during the struggle. Oh, if only we had never listened to that merchant's ridiculous claims. He said our cause was righteous, that the gods would never suffer us to be defeated. Though if they were forced to confront reality, that's it! Challenge the twins to combat and show my brethren that their strongest warriors are no match for one man. Mayhap then they will agree to lay down their arms and renounce this plot. I like my magic tech. Eventually I'll get a new mount, but I like the magic tech bot. Always makes me think of the intro to Final Fantasy VI. Even the fact that they play the opening theme. Seven hells, they've found us. Everyone grab your gear and make for the rendezvous point. So what's your game, is it? So that's your game, is it? Sorry to disappoint you, lad, but we're more than willing to kill you yourselves. Uh-oh. Well, we still fighting. This guy bringing the fists. Are these the twins? Well, they certainly look identical. We done fighting? Hi, Ram! Hi, Talus and Rinji. You beat him like it was nothing. Oh, almighty. What are we gonna do now? You're gonna babysit my baby Marlboro. That's what you're gonna do. And if it burps in your face, it's not my problem. I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. How are you doing, Rem? You've returned. Did you find my brethren? What are the twins? What happened? I see. Well, You had no choice. Better that a handful of them take a beating from you than the lot get butchered by the flames. Tell me, what did the merchant have to say when it was over? Huh? But where else would he be? Unless he went to Stone's Throw to recruit others. How suspicious. How suspicious. Trying not to overspend because your savings is looking good for once. Yeah, I feel that. I definitely feel that. Please take care of yourself. Keep that money for a rainy day kind of thing. The merchant wished to approach the refugees in Stone's Throw, but was waiting until the flames withdrew their forces from the vicinity. Now that they have, there's nothing to stop him from continuing his work. How many more must perish in pursuit of this futile cause? How much more suffering must we endure before it ends? Find him. Convince him to cease his mad quest. It will surely lead us to ruin. Okay, we're going... Okay, I see the orange dot. Don't want to get all this stuff you want and be like, oh no, empty wallet. Yeah. It'd be like that. Have you seen my parents? They told me to stay here with the others. They said they'd be back soon, but it's been days. They left with the man from Ulda. The man said they were gonna change everything. Make it so we could live inside the walls with everyone else. I liked it when he said that. I didn't like it when he talked about making the rich people pay. Everyone looked so angry, and I got scared. Say, mister, are you looking for someone? I'm looking for a merchant. You mean the man who left with my parents? But I don't know where he is. Wait, look! Over there! I think that's him! Well now, which of these gullible fools should be my next victim? Uh-huh. He's getting away! Go get him, mister! Difference between me and him, I got him back. Ahem. You again. Why are you pursuing me? Sedition? Treason? Revolution? That's preposterous. Who has filled your head with these lies? Refugees? The self-same refugees who terrorize the streets of Ulda? Ha! You have no evidence to prove your accusations. None! No, I will not accompany you to the Hall of Flames. You have no right to detain me. You're gonna make this angry twink force you to go to the Hall of Flames. For the sake of argument, let us say I did do the things you claim. Surely you don't think I gave Kieran's arse about politics. It was business. Only business. I got a staff with a biblically accurate angel on it. You really want to argue with me, buddy? We both know I am not the one you want. However, if you agree to protect me, I swear I shall tell you everything. Uh-oh. I was waiting for that. Someone's got a good shot. Hello, dear brother. What's all this commotion? 7 health. Tell the others to spread out and search the area. The killer may still be close. Clearly it's not me. I can't freaking shoot an arrow that close. Even though I did start as a ranger. Hold it, Venture. I would know more about your relationship with the victim, as well as the events leading up to his death. It should have shown your quest UI with the soundtrack for half a second as the arrows came in. This man was responsible for the recent riots. Mayhap we owe his murderer a debt of gratitude. In any case, it is obvious you are not the one whom we seek. You may carry on with your investigation, Scion. Alright. To the Hall of Flames, it seems. Nintendo is suing the US government over tariffs. Perhaps the Pokepedia meme was the final straw. You know you done fucked up when Nintendo starts suing the government. Some things I did not have on my 2026 bingo card. The circus continues. What news? Where is the merchant? Dead. Murdered? Damn it all to the 7th hell. He was not simply murdered, he was silenced. Too many knew his face and he was ready to divulge his secrets. Do not despair though. We may be closer to identifying the true orchestrator of these riots than you realize. Nope, 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 nope. Daystar necklace. The Flame General left word that you were to proceed to the Fragrant Chamber as soon as you return. He wishes to discuss your recent discoveries as well as the results of our own investigation. Master Alphanon has already been informed and should be waiting for you outside. Pray proceed to the Royal Promenade with all haste and speak with Bartholomew. Wait, I've fallen for this trick before. This has happened to me before. Why is the city like this? It's already too late for me to participate. There we go. I didn't even realize this was still going. Hey, Twitchmon. Where the hell am I going? Oh, this way. Sleepless in cyberspace. What a guild name. Did I go to the right area? Yes, yes I did. We have been expecting you, sir. Please proceed inside. Okay. Yeah, this is the one I want. Yeah. That does sound like a big issue. That's a big issue. Do the stickies transfer? What do you mean? Ah. No, they don't. Meant by that. Because they're saved onto one model. Finger slipped. Hi, son. Sounds like a great guy. Tender moment, but then they have the trooper and the leather get-up gear as always. He sure sounds like a swell guy. Well, every Final Fantasy has to have an Omega weapon to go against the Ultima weapon. He's got a yearning, all right. I'm gonna silently nod every time my character nods. It's just, you know. Like, yes, uh-huh, uh-huh. I agree with what you're saying. Gif of the lumberjack nodding silently, yes. I know which one you're talking about. I should be glad to know the truth, and yet the thought that all this chaos was the product of one man's lust for power sickens me. How long do you think they intended to hide the existence of Omega from the Scions? That they even felt the need to do so is most troubling. It would be in our best interest to learn more of the military activities in the disputed territories. Fortunately, you are already well positioned to do so, Private Deandris. Pray keep us informed of any developments in Cartanu. Be gone, whelp! This is no place for children. Hey, leave the kid alone. I'm sorry. Punch that guard into the water. I was looking for you, mister. You said you were looking for the man who left with my parents. You know this girl? So he visited Stone Throw as well. I see. Did you find the man? Were my parents with him? They were not, I'm afraid. However, I can think of several places they might be. If you like, we can go and look for them together. Really? You'll help me look, mister? Of course. But first, I must needs finish speaking with my friend. He's telling me a secret, you see, so no one else is allowed to listen. Mayhap you could wait for me by that pillar over there. We require but a moment. Okay, mister. I'll be waiting. I'll take her to the quicksand. Mayhap Momodi will know what to do. A legion of Garleans, an Aether-Star Primal, even dealing with an Asian, would be preferable to this charade. Bah! I don't know why I didn't go back to my spot. Sometimes I fear Minfilia is too ambitious. We rush hither and yon in response to threats as they arise, without concern for the strain it places on our limited resources and ourselves. Mayhap the time has come for a change. This is Minfilia. I know this is sudden, but I must ask you to return to Revenant's Toll with all due haste. The situation in the Twelves would have taken a turn for the worse. I will explain in detail once you arrive. The Twelves would. Then the primal threat she spoke of before has been confirmed? I have received no reports of Ixali activity, which leaves the sylphs. Go. You know as well that the appearance of the primal takes precedence over all else. Oh, and when you arrive, do inform the Attescendant that while I am grateful for her concern, she needn't fear for my safety. I am more than capable of protecting myself. Back to Revenant's Toll. I really want to know how far am I from starting the first expansion. The fact that you start with worries me. It was a relief to see you healthy and hale. The latest news from Ulda was most disturbing. Clearly, the only injury Alphen had suffered was to his ego. Doubtless it will heal ere long. The other scions will need to be present for this meeting. If you are ready to begin, I will summon them now. When I have on, it's still better. Thank you for responding to my call with such haste. Rest assured I should not have summoned you, or if it not urgent. To business then. I have received some most disturbing news from the Order of the Twin Adder. They have reason to believe that the sylphs may have called forth their revered guardian, the primal Rama. I'm sorry, may have? Then it is not certain? The Elder Seer informs us that the elementals themselves murmur of the Lord of Levin's return to the forest. The Sylphlands, however, display no signs of undue commotion. Forgive me, Antecedent, but that fact need not contradict the elementals' testimony. Unlike his more bellicose compeers, Garuda and so on, Rama is reputed to act only in defense of his children. I imagine he would soon make his presence known if any were foolish enough to directly endanger the sylphs or their territory. The abruptness of this development concerns me. Were we not keeping a close watch on the touched ones and their movements? If preparations for a summoning ritual were indeed underway, 'twould surely not have escaped your notice. Oh, it didn't. I was pretty sure it was going to happen, just not this soon. I beg your pardon? You foresaw this eventuality and did not prevent it? I told Papalimo, I suppose. I could have reported things to Minfilia earlier, but there honestly wasn't much we could do except wait and see. You know how the sylphs feel about people poking around in their territory. They already summoned Rama once right after the calamity, and that was because the Garleans came tramping through the forest. And as long as this Castrum Orient stand, the sylphs cannot be blamed for wishing to have their guardian deity on hand. In short, Yida and I are in agreement. The actions of the forest folk were inevitable and unavoidable. And I maintain that observation would have remained the best policy had it not been for the sudden influx of strangers in the Black Shroud. That, alas, we did not foresee. By all accounts, the recent violence in Ulda drove a number of refugees to seek safety under the concealing canopy of the trees. 'Tis like that the sylphs perceived the panicked migration as yet another invasion, and quickened their efforts to summon their god. I am put in the mind of Titan and the kobolds. Once again, it is the affairs of men which have paved the way for a primal's coming. Indeed, one cannot help but wonder what manner of place Eorzea would be without the civilizing influence of mankind. Be that as it may, this regrettable development does afford us a unique opportunity. Through your dealings with the sylphs of Little Solace, you once succeeded in preventing untimely conflict with the Gridania. I wonder, might one who has treated with the sylphs so fruitfully in the past not achieve similar success with their patron deity? If Rama can be convinced of their intentions, it may be the first step in breaking the cycle of primal summoning. A fond hope? Were such a thing possible, we would not have been at war with the beastmen since time immemorial. But maybe this time we can? Let us continue this discussion anon. We must needs first consult with the nation most affected by Roma's presence. The Elder Seed Seer has requested your personal involvement. Pray, report to Commander Helix at the Adder's Nest as soon as you are able. Steel yourself for the worst. While I hope for a peaceful resolution to this matter, experience suggests that your meeting with the Lord of Levin will prove less than amicable. In such an event, your fellow scions will of course lead you whatever support you require. Back to the Adder's Nest. Lord of Levin. The Lord of Levin. Oh, I can just teleport. Return! That's a freebie on me. Your arrival has been most anticipated. The appearance of a primal is ever a cause for alarm and unease. Though my men stand ready for any eventuality, I know of none more qualified than you to snuff out this threat. Indeed, I would have you do so without delay. The Elder Seedseer, however, would speak with you first. She is of the opinion that your diplomatic rather than martial skills may better serve our cause. I will leave further explanation to our learned leader. Pray, make your way to Nafika's altar. The conjurer in attendance will admit you to the lotus stand. Oh, I know where this is. A familiar place. You're not, like, that far from Heavensward? Okay, good to know. What do you think, like, hour-wise? The other scions have already arrived, sir. May I show you in? The that's a tough call since I don't know how long the quest chains are. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I can't jump over the hill. They blocked me from it. You really just forgot you were here. Welcome back, Bull. Okay, I like the little fairy wiggle. Excited wiggle. Exactly like that. And then they kick you out. I was told to expect you. I understand you go to treat with the Primal Rama himself. An inevitable task, but one for which I have no doubt you are well suited. I have been told that your fellow scions are conducting an investigation of the area as we speak, that we might ascertain the location where the Lord of Levin might be found. I would ask that you abide here until they return with their findings. Alright. I'll chill here. I was told that a messenger would be sent as soon as your fellow scions finish their investigation. I do not imagine it will take much longer.
The one returns and returns with good tidings. Wise ones have finished searching and have wisely identified the precise location where the touched ones summoned Lord Rama.
Your timing is impeccable, my fluttery friend. Might you be so kind as to escort this good man to his fellow scions?
It would be this one's pleasure, Walking One. Please, please come with this one.
Like how it says fair skies, but I get over here and it's like super foggy. I'm sure it's fine. I thought that was named Mario for a second. I was like, a fairy named Mario. That's fine. You know what? Why not?
Wise ones have ventured deep, deep within the Sylphlands. These ones must proceed carefully and keep an eye out for touched ones.
Please understand they have no weather people. That mushroom doesn't look deadly at all. It does not look threatening.
This one is most sorry, but this one can go no further. Draw too close to Lord Rama, and this one may turn mean and nasty like touched ones. And so, this one must say farewell for now. Walking One will find wise ones not far from here. To the south. Go in safety, Walking One.
Elaborate den of gambling, insane war machines, but no weather forecasting proper. That costs extra. So it's actually you. I am relieved. For a moment I thought we were dealing with another one of those confounded sylph tricksters. I swear, with them wreaking havoc with their skin-changing magics, it's a wonder I was able to finish taking my measurements. Yes, it was quite the ordeal. You should have seen the look on Ishtola's face when the one impersonating you suddenly showed up. That's quite enough, Papalimo. My apologies. It's not like me to ramble, so... At any rate, as I was saying, I have finished measuring etheric activity in the area, and I am pleased to say I have reached an indisputable conclusion. To wit, that Rama was called forth in the vicinity of the Sylph's aetherite. Come, the Lord 11 awaits. I'm gonna assume that's it. Very angry looking sylph. It's got an angry mask. Uh-oh. I think we've angered the man. He does have quite an elaborate beard. I can give him credit for that. I'd like to think I could try. I got a pretty gem. Uh-oh. I guess we fighting. Back in the retirement home one way or another. Time to go to bed, Grandpa. The striking tree, now accessible. Alright. Oh wait. Yes. That was quick. That was quick. Oh wait, I went to the wrong one. Shit. I had the other one chosen still. Well, I hate that you have to like unclick the other one before you do the like boss battle ones. I don't want to get doxxed, so I'm here for the long run. Let's go save some Tonberries. Oh, this person's gonna pull the house down. Okay, thank God that there's a stop, or they would have been just endlessly pulling everything. Pull everything to the next dungeon, pretty much. It kind of stresses me out when people do that. Oh, this is a lot. Alright, I have to mostly focus on healing this person. Oh. Oh god, they're still going. For the love of fuck, stop! I'm not that kind of healer. Alright. Safely made it to the next boss. Ow! I don't think I can do anything against Frog. I cannot dispel Frog. I cannot defrog. Pass. Pass. Ow. baton berries! Oh, I got turned around. I'm gonna get stomped on. Set to skip. Oh, shit. I don't know what killed that person. I like blinked and they were dead. Oh crap. Hey chat, you want to see him get stabbed by tomberries again? It's crazy. They're just little guys. Alright. Let's make sure we go to the right one this time. See what time are we at? Okay. Okay, let's make sure that's... There we go. Okay, striking tree, that is correct. Still got in pretty quickly. Well, he's definitely making his presence known. Man is like 60% beard. Cut it and he loses his power like Samson. Yeah, exactly. I didn't expect his boss music to be so gentle. Like a spring storm. He's certainly flashy. Oh crap.
Bye-bye.
That was a very interesting fight. I suppose so. He seemed pretty chill. Take the closest teleport over.
No, we actually never went up.
It's a Liz raid!
I don't need to. We don't need anything here. We should just be focused on finishing. Yeah, there's just not.
Hi, welcome to Chili's.
Hey, man.
Hey. Hi, Liz.
How much fun this game is. There's spaces. This is a whole second game as far as I'm concerned. There's an entire island on Earth that's got all of its shit going on down there with...
You should hold onto the doors while I push the airlock.
Oh, yeah. I mean... Hang on.
Push out the airlock. Send
Punch
cat. No, just kidding.
Scoop!
Welcome on in, Raiders! If you do not know me, hello! My name is Keelie. I'm a 1,000-year-old fox who loves playing various video games, and today we are just playing some Final Fantasy XIV. I'm trying to get caught up on some of my MSQs on my main character. I'm still stuck in the vanilla game. Hopefully getting towards the first expansion, but I see you were playing Final Fantasy V. Liz, how is your journey of playing through all the Final Fantasies going? I finished 1 earlier this week. I know I'm going to start with 2 eventually, but I did finish Final Fantasy 1. I might on my own time go in and try to like 100% it because I have like not very many things left to 100%. So I will definitely probably go do that. 5 has so many exciting things. That's awesome. I don't remember a lot about 5. To be honest, so I look forward to checking it out later. You're dying because the fights are so slow and they spawn so many. Oh no. But like we met Gilgamesh the first battle on the big bridge. Hell yeah. That's awesome. And sorry, I should say Lancels, thank you so much for the follow and welcome on in. Thank you so much for coming in with Liz's raid. Hi Autumn Valley, how are you doing? But yeah, we are just doing a cozy Final Fantasy 14 night. We're probably in the last like 15 minutes or so. Raiders, if any of you need to go, I completely understand. If not, if you want to stick around, I will be on for another 15 to 20 minutes still before I raid out myself. And if you're wondering why I have so many post-its on me, I'm currently doing a donathon throughout the month of March. The proceeds will go towards the assets for my up-and-coming 2.0 that I'm hoping to debut in July. So that's what's going on with me right now. I'm covered in post-its, and I will probably be continued to be covered in post-its. Also, Liz, don't question my banner on my social medias. But anyways, we just fought Rama. Now we're gonna go talk to the fairies. No, you're in Discord. You know how to blame and thank. Yeah. That's right. You are in my Discord as well. I promise to keep that up until my 2.0. Which is a ways away, but you know, who's to question it? You have returned. Dare I ask how Rama received your visit? Oh, you know, we spanked him. He challenged you to a test of arms? It is well then that you have some experience in such matters, you don't say. The people of both Gridania and Little Solace will be relieved to hear that the Lord of Levin has accepted you as the forest's champion of peace. You have performed a monumental duty this day. The Elder Seedseer must be informed of your deeds at once. The Elder Seedseer will wish to hear of your experiences firsthand. Pray, return to Gridania and make directly to the Lotus Stand. The conjurer of Nofika's altar will be expecting you. Fare you well. Return we shall. Okay, am I going the right way? No. Of course not. I know I could just use the Aether ports to get to one place to another, but there's some part of me, some boomer inside of me that says, back in my day, we ran to our destinations in an MMO. Welcome back, honored scion. We who knew of your mission have been most anxious to see you return. The Elder Seedseer awaits you within. Exactly. He sure did. That's a bit foreboding. Kicked out again.
Thus ends another daunting mission, eh? I'd hope Lord Ramo could be persuaded with words alone, but nonetheless, I can only admire the adroitness with which you responded to with the primal sudden challenge. And it seems that Eringer, too, was pleased with the outcome. What say you? Shall we gather back at the Rising Stones and ponder the lessons of the day?
Back we go. The Keelie stream. Oh my god. Hello, Mr. President. How are you doing?
Welcome back. Word of your momentous,
sorry, Werbs.
momentous encounter with Lord Ramo precedes you. I would fain share news of mine known, but Eringer's, how do we pronounce his name? Eringer? I'm doing epic. How was Reanimal? It was really, really good. Tech stuff aside, it was really, really good. Though I am still confused about the ending. Hopefully we'll get like, you know, I should be surprised with that particular company's thing with the games that they make. You know, their endings tend to be a little confusing. Did I beat it in one sitting? No, it took 2 sittings. If I was playing it alone and not streaming it, yeah, I probably would have beat it in one sitting. But yeah, it took 2 streaming nights to beat it. I would fain share news of my own, but Eringer's discoveries must take precedence.
Upon witnessing your own defeat of the Lord of Levin, our learned companion was struck with a profound insight regarding the nature of the Asian's immortality. Let us assemble and discuss his observations together. Iringer. Okay, I guess that's how you pronounce it. I gave up on his name long ago yourself. I don't know. You know what? Fair enough. I'm questioning his gloves. Why does he have, like, gloves just covering his thumbs? Those are gamer gloves. I was gonna say something a little more sadistic, but you know what? We'll go with gamer gloves. Oh, it's like how Mako works in, you know, Final Fantasy VII. It's the live stream. Don't worry about it, President. I will say, Final Fantasy XIV's version of Ifrit, I don't like it. I really don't like it. He looks anemic. Xenomorph, yeah, kinda. I think I prefer like the other versions where it was kind of more animalistic looking. No. Now, where have I heard Uringer's voice before? Now this is gonna drive me crazy. I know that voice. Not this douchebag again. The Lord 11 is returned to the Aether, as was Leviathan before him. Rama's acquiescence was most intriguing. Inferno, Vortex, Crag, Whirl, and Levin all have now been humbled by the bringer of light. The limitless potential of man. Heideland's servant grows mightier by the day. Yet he prospers at great cost to his mistress, whose strength is all too infinite. 7 times have the masses survived the rejoining, but their souls are are grown weak and wan. Or wan, I don't know. Yet even as it enervates, the ardor empowers our master. All that remains is to nurture the strength of the gifted, to forge the final key. And that is the task to which we bend our every effort. How many of you are there? Divine seeds were ever wont to quicken the Eorzea's fertile soil. We need only lead men to the field, and by their eager hands shall a new deity arise. That which was shattered shall be made anew, and the one true God shall come again. On with that. This is where we call it a night. Aha. Anyways. Window. There it is. Thank you, everybody, for joining me tonight. As always, greatly appreciate it. If you are new to my channel, hello and welcome. I stream throughout the week, which means we'll be back next week, probably on Tuesday. We'll be continuing my donathon. We have more goals to achieve. So yeah. We will continue with that. I don't know which game we will be doing. We might start Final Fantasy II. I don't know yet. Might go back to Shin Megami Tensei 5 because we still have the Vengeance route we need to do. I'm not quite sure. We'll figure it out. But yeah. Anyways, as I said, if you're new to my channel, hello and welcome. Here is my social medias, and I need to update that because I need to put my Oshi on there. Thank you for the resub, Panzer. I greatly appreciate that. I need to put my Oshi on there. I post a new schedule on Sundays, so there'll be a new schedule on this. What's the goal at now? We're still needing to hit the $100 one with the new Hear Me Out list. Yes. That is our next goal. But yes. I lost track of what I was trying to say. Like I said, we'll be continuing on Tuesday. Yes, we're gonna go right out. Like I said, I'm not sure we're gonna play next week. We'll figure it out when time comes, but we're gonna go right out. We're gonna say hello to somebody. Let's see who we got. Thank you. So many to choose from. I'm just like, who do we go to? I think we're gonna go to Runthiel. Let's go to Runthiel. I'm doing some sort of special event. You're doing some special event. We're gonna find out what that is.
You fucking suck at. Sorry, I didn't realize I was a moving target. Oh, I hit him in the dick.
Anyways, let's give Renthio our love. Raid message is.
Hear my out. Tunberry can do maximum damage with that tongue.
Thank you, Panther. All right. Well, next week we're gonna have to do a new Hear Me Out. That's on the plan for next week. I will throw that in. Thank you, Panther. I will add that to the list. I greatly appreciate it. Our next goal we'll have to achieve next week is our SMT Persona Smasher Pass. And like I said, the SMT / Persona Smasher Pass is not for the characters. It's not for the characters. It's for the demons. The monsters and demons. We're smashing or passing on those. But anyways, let's give Runthio our love. Thank you everybody for being here tonight. As always, I greatly appreciate it. Anyways, have a good night. Read messages and chats. And for now, bye for now.